Your name for the record, please.
Detective Jim Tai'Raz, City of Warren Police Department.
Detective, please relate to the court the contents of the complaint.
On October 1st, 2020, at approximately 01:59 hours, the Detroit Police Department received a radio run to 2134 Hyde Park in the city of Detroit for a burning vehicle. Responding DPD officers found victim 1, Coyle Moore, a black male, 31 years of age, deceased with a gunshot wound inside a red Kia Sorento. That Kia Sorento was registered to Avis Rental. DPD detectives later responded to 2199 Otis in the city of Warren to make a death notification and found the front door ajar. Warren PD officers Doe and Wiggins entered the home and found victim number 2, Isis Rimson, black female, 28, and victim number 3, Tai'Raz Moore, a black male, 6 years of age, deceased with multiple gunshot wounds in the basement of the home. It was evident that the home had been ransacked. Drugs, firearms, and a large amount of cash were found hidden in the home by investigating officers and detectives. Detectives learned from family members and other sources that victim number 1, Mr. Moore, was involved in narcotic trafficking and kept large amounts of drugs cash inside the home. Officers further received information that he was engaged in these activities with a Nick Bahir. Further investigation showed that the victim, Mr. Moore, was last known alive in the driveway of suspect Nicholas Bahir's home in Bloomfield Hills. This was determined through victim cell phone records and security camera footage obtained from the suspect's home. Victim 1 arrived driving the red Kia Sorento rental car on 9/30/2020 at approximately 7:50 p.m. Suspect and victim 1 leave together on 9/30/2020 at 19:50 hours. Victim 1 is never seen alive again to OIC's knowledge at this time. GPS data obtained from the rental vehicle shows it eventually goes to 2199 Otis after driving around several streets in the Oakland County area. The vehicle arrives at approximately 21:54 hours in front of 2199 Otis and eventually leaves that address at 23:11 hours at a high rate of speed. At 23:16 hours, approximately 5 minutes later, the suspect is seen on security camera getting in and out of that same red Kia Sorento at a BP gas station located near 8 Mile in Woodward. Notable is that the suspect is wearing the same clothing he is seen wearing at 19:50 hours when he leaves his home and enters victim Coyle Moore's car. The suspect can be seen on the video buying and then filling a portable gas container. The suspect then drives off in victim 1's rental vehicle. Security camera footage from his home shows that a taxi cab brought the suspect home at approximately 03:45 hours on 10/1/2020. At 03:57 hour, data obtained from the suspect's phone shows him searching the internet for expensive watches and Googling news reports of burning vehicles in Detroit. Further data from the phone shows him with a large amount of cash on 10/2/2020. Also, detectives eventually learned that he had a second number that he had obtained as a minutes phone. Data from that phone shows pinging at both his house in Bloomfield Hills and further at the gas station where the gas can was purchased. Asking 15 counts, Your Honor, listed in front of you. I have one note for the record when you have them all.
All right, and it looks then to me, Detective, as if you're asking for six counts of homicide, 6 counts of committing a felony while using a firearm, 1 count of third-degree arson, 1 count of possessing a firearm while being a felon, and 1 count of mutilation of a dead body. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court finds there's probable cause for all 15 violations.
Real quick, John?
Yes, go ahead.
One note for the record, at the last minute I noticed a spelling error. I believe counts 5 and 7 mentioned Isis Rimson. It's misspelled. It should be Rimson, R-I-M-S-O-N.
Okay.
I'll have the clerks update it once I get out of here.
I'll make a note here. How do you spell the alleged victim in count 5?
It's Isis, I-S-I-S, and then the last name is Rimson, R-I-M-S-O-N.
R-I-M-S-O-N?
Correct.
And there was one other one you mentioned?
I think it's counts 5 and 7 for sure, and I'm not sure if she's listed in one of the other ones.
You are correct. It's both counts 5 and 7. All right. Your name, please.
Nicholas Bahir.
Mr. Bahir, you are charged with six counts of homicide. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand that's punishable? You understand each offense is punishable by up to life in prison?
Yes.
You understand you're also charged with 6 counts of committing a felony while possessing a firearm? You understand that? You understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand now.
All right, you understand that offense is punishable by up to 2 years in prison to run consecutively and preceding any term of imprisonment you may get for the underlying felony. Do you,
Yes.
you understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're also charged with possession of a firearm while being a felon? You understand
Yes,
that?
I do.
You understand that's punishable by up to 5 years in prison and carries fines and costs in the amount of $5,000.
Yes.
You understand you're also charged with mutilation of a dead body.
What does that mean?
That
What, I don't know what,
that means that you are charged with carrying away a dead body or defacing a dead body or somehow destroying a dead body. You understand that?
yes.
You understand that's punishable by up to 10 years in prison and carries fines and costs in the amount of $5,000.
Yes.
You have the right to the assistance of an attorney at all proceedings. You have the right to trial, including a trial by jury. You also have the right, you understand that if you cannot afford to hire an attorney and conviction of the charged offense could result in incarceration, the court will appoint an attorney to represent you. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
The court will set this for a probable cause conference on October 22nd and a preliminary examination on October 29th, both at 9:30 a.m. and both in this courtroom. You want the court to appoint an attorney for you, or are you going to hire one on your own?
I think I should get an attorney.
You want the court
I mean,
to,
I think yeah, maybe I need to get appointed one.
okay? The court will refer your matter to the Judicial Aid Office of the Macomb County Circuit Court, who will be in charge of processing the paperwork to appoint an attorney to represent you. Detective Tai'Raz is to bail your comments.
I would ask for no bond, Your Honor. He has extensive criminal history, he's 37. His criminal history goes back several pages to the age of 17. He was only recently released from parole. Prior convictions for drug trafficking, felony firearm, weapons-related offenses, home invasion. Additionally, Your Honor, you've heard the charges. I don't know what more one person can do to show their danger to society.
Okay, very good. In setting bail, I looked at the seriousness of these offenses. These are all obviously very serious offenses. Sir, in 2009, you pled guilty to possession of marijuana. You pled guilty in 2002 to driving a vehicle while under the influence of liquor. In 2004, out of the Sixth Circuit Court, you pled guilty to possession of analogs and possession of marijuana. In 2006, out of the Sixth Circuit Court, you pled guilty to breaking and entering. In 2009, out of the Third Circuit Court, you pled guilty to possession of cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic in an amount less than 25 grams. In 2012, you pled guilty to driving a vehicle without a valid license and possession of marijuana. In 2012, again, out of the Third Circuit Court, you pled guilty to possession of cocaine, heroin, or another narcotic in an amount less than 25 grams. Actually, you pled guilty to 2 of those offenses at that time. In 2013, out of the Sixth Circuit Court, you pled guilty to third-degree fleeing and eluding a police officer and driving a vehicle with a suspended license.
Yes.
Based upon your criminal history and the allegations in this complaint, I think you're a dangerous person and someone from whom the public needs to be protected. I have no faith that you'll come to court to take care of this. None. You have every reason to not come to court to take care of this. You also probably have a drug problem, and people who use drugs can't be relied upon to come to court. Just for the record, you live in Bloomfield Hills?
Yes.
You have a job?
No.
All right. I really don't know what the likelihood of conviction is for these offenses. All those factors considered by the court, bail is denied, and your attorney will contact you prior to your next court date. You're all set. Thank you, Detective.
Thanks for your time, guys.
You're welcome.
It's Truck Month at